happening this morning?
Well, good morning. Now, the official, of course, program has just ended. And, of course, another sad day for the men and women in blue as they had to come here in their numbers to, of course, come and pay tribute and remember the fallen heroes and heroines who have, of course, paid the ultimate price on the line of duty. Now, the number is decreasing substantially. We have been seeing over the past 3 years. So it seems like something is being done right on the ground to, of course, curb the number of police killings. So let's speak to Deputy Police Minister Bongani Mkongi here just about the fact that we are seeing some positive results. There is something that is going right on the ground.
No, thank you. We are very glad to see that the numbers have gone down. If you still remember, last year we were commemorating something like 60 police officers. This year is 29. So there's something that is hard that we are doing because we are retraining the police and we are making sure that we are giving them safety skills and make sure that some of the young and inexperienced constables are monitored by TRT, the technical response team. So and just general streetwise, courses for the police. So we're glad that the number, but this 29 is too much.
I was about to say.
Declare war against criminals, and there must not be police officers that are lying down, as said by the minister.
Now, training remains one of the calling points, as we heard the police minister Begekele again emphasizing that police need to be trained adequately so that they can know exactly how to protect themselves, but also how to respond to the fire on the ground.
Because what is very important is vigilance of the police, and we must monitor them when they go, because they are being called to investigate things, but they are ambushed. So retraining is going to take place, and then we're going to make sure that we protect them.
The question that we always ask is that regardless of the fact that police killings are reduced substantially, crime remains a huge problem. Yes. South Africa remains a dangerous country. How do we link the reduction of police killings with crime in totality?
No, we are saying that we need to silence the guns. The problem that we are facing, South Africa is heavily armed. So we must disarm the nation. So we must mobilize more people to understand that the use of guns is not acceptable. So I think it's very important for us to mobilize gun-free society. At the end of the day, where you'll find even police officers won't have a need to carry guns.
Now, talking about that, what is the police doing to make sure? We've been hearing the call to disarm South African, just a rich society of especially illegal weapons that are circulating and that are used by criminals, and they end up using them on police. What are the police doing, you as a minister doing, to actually really realize that particular program?
No, reviewing the Firearms Controls Act, and they were fighting very hard with those people who do not want to disarm our country, who are fighting us in courts to say that we must leave them armed. And we don't know some of these arms, where are they coming from? And who is, for an example, why do we still have AK-47s in the Republic of South Africa? So we must mobilize society to get rid South Africa of arms.
And as a minister to the families of the slain officers, we've seen distraught scenes of families breaking down, unable to, of course, come to terms with their loss, their grief. What's your message to those families who are living with the pain?
No, we're sending our deepest condolences to all the families, the siblings and other relatives of these families. We promise to support the children through schooling and make sure that they get jobs at the end of the day. But what is very important, we don't want to bury more police officers.
And if that is your message, we do not want to bury more police officers, what's your message to criminals?
That there is no police officer that must die with the tools of trade in hand.
Are we saying fight fire with fire?
No, you like to do those things of fighting fire with fire, because police are shot at by armed, hardened criminals. So the police cannot sing the national anthem. They must respond in kind.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much. There, of course, Deputy Police Minister Bongani Mkonge just responding to police officers who still get killed on, of course, in the line of duty. Now, the number stands at 29 this year. Of course, they were remembered here at the official commemoration of course, the police here at the Union Building. So let's speak to the acting police commissioner, and that is Lieutenant General Jacob Tsumani, who's of course standing in for the National Police Commissioner. Thank you so much for joining us. As I said earlier, there is some positive news, but 29, as the police minister also said, remains a concerning number, although we're actually turning the tide.
Yes, I think the number is still very high, but I think we can confidently say that it has gone down. We are noticing a downward trajectory, very steep one. Yes, last year it was more than that, as the Deputy Minister said, but we have put into place some plans. Others are very conventional in nature. It's a visible policing, the safety plan, but others are very unconventional, and that one is being led by crime intelligence. So we've got a plan where the crime intelligence is leading, where we are intercepting if possible, and where we are making sure that we prevent and we act with a precision, and we make sure that we are very predictive in nature in dealing with these people that are killing the police officers. Yes, indeed, we are not happy about the number. It's too high, but quite sizable suspects were arrested for crimes that were committed, and the cases are running in court presently.
Now, General, the other concern that we always wonder about each year and every time when we see the disturbing news in the media, it's the role of rogue police, who are often giving the criminals ammunition, information, and expose your crime-fighting plan. How do you deal with that?
Yes, I remember that our organization, if I'm not mistaken, is the biggest in the country. And we are dealing with people from different backgrounds. We're trying our level best at the entry point where we are trying to screen these people. But criminals are very organized in nature, and they are paying a lot of money. And some of them are infiltrating people that are very vulnerable. And that's where sometimes we're having a problem. But we've got measures. We've got anti-corruption unit. Crime intelligence has got measures that the counter-intelligence capacity that deals with that. And also we are having the DPCR that's having a private capacity to deal with this kind of corruption. Yes, a few potatoes in the back of in the back, but I think we are dealing with that, and we are continuing to do that. Hence, we are seeing the downward trajectory, as I said earlier on.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the provinces more or less. Where are your problem areas? KZN, Western Cape, always the highlight each year. Is that still the case, and why?
Look, we've got 4 big provinces that consumes a lot of our resources. You've got in Gauteng, you've got KwaZulu-Natal, you've got Western Cape, and you've got Eastern Cape. Those are the provinces that are giving us a problem. Other provinces, I think, we don't have killings in droves, but the 4 that I've mentioned, I think we have having killings in droves. And we are directing our resources towards these provinces. Hence, you'll see the drastic number that we are noticing that we are going down currently.
Now, what are the factors that contribute this high number in those provinces? Western Cape, perhaps we can say the prevalence of gangsterism remains a challenge. Gauteng, it is the economic hub, so it makes sense that a lot of criminals would be intensifying their activities here. This is where the money is. But let's talk about KZN. Why does that province also remain problematic?
But remember also, KwaZulu-Natal is very busy. The ports is there, and we've got one of the biggest airports in KwaZulu-Natal. And some of these criminals are using either air, sea, or also they are on the land as well. So these are some of the issues that I'm not going to divulge, that we have picked up, that certain aspects of the country are encouraging these people to use certain provinces. Hence, you'll see those 4 provinces, like you asked about KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal is one of the provinces that is targeted as well, because I think it's concentrated there, where you are having a lot of people, that are influx of people in and out of KwaZulu-Natal.
Now, September is known as the Safety Month for police. In short, what are the programs that you're embarking on to, of course, intensify your efforts as police officers to safeguard the country, but also to protect yourselves?
We are saying that yes, indeed, we'll be talking a lot about September month as a safety month. But from January to January, we are having unconventional methodology that seeks to deal with the sketch on a daily basis. But the September month, that's where we are talking about the safety of the police. Each and every month for the police, we are choosing a theme for that particular month. It doesn't mean September month, it's only then that we're coming up and say we are protecting our police officers, but we are throughout the year, that's what we are doing. Now, what we're going to do, awareness will be done, and as we've been doing, and also we're asking the stakeholders also to come up with some suggestions. We had our strategic vision 2 weeks ago, where we invited some of the stakeholders and key role players, and this plan also was discussed, and then we tempered with it a bit to make sure that it's very effective as well.
Just another question that I really have to ask, and we are done. The support that the families of the slain officers will receive from SAPS, what kind of support will there be given to them? Of course, there's trauma support, counseling and so forth. What else is there?
No, the aftercare is there. But from time to time, we normally, when we go to bury our officers, we normally tell families that this is not the last time that you see the family of the South African Police Service in the form of management. From time to time, they will have to come in if there's any problem, but we send our people as well around to check on our members as well. So there's a program that seeks to deal with that. But also, like I said, there's a trust that seeks to help the bereaved families, children, and then also the widow and widowers as well, and those trusts are continuing, and some other programs have been put into place as we try to make sure that they are not left in the lurch. They are being assisted by the South African Police Service.
Thank you so much. There, of course, Acting Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Jacob Tsomani, they're just bringing us into the picture in terms of what the families of the slain police officers, those are our fallen heroes and heroines, what their families will be left with, what support they will receive, and of course just confirming that the road does not end here for the children in particular of the fallen police officers. They will continue to benefit from SAPS. They will continue to be supported, especially through educational support that will be available for them. Of course, again, here coming to an end with the program, the national program of the annual SAPS commemoration here at the Union Buildings. We'll come perhaps back a little bit later just to bring you the voices of the families. But for now, let's go back to studio.
Patricia Fesachi there, coming to you from from Pretoria, from the SAPS Commemoration Day, and confirming that the number of police who've died within this period of 1st April 2017 to the 31st of March 2018 is 29, down from the previous period, which was 57. Quite encouraging, but as it's always said, one more death should be avoided if it's possible. Let's continue with the news today.